good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
To Tea Time. Joining me, that's right, it is Monday night. It is May. We're in May. And yesterday it felt like March, but it's May 6th. And I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I'm going to talk about a couple things in my weekend and get to my guests. I'm so excited. Okay, so first, happy 86th birthday to my mother, Jean Canastracey. That's right, there she is, my beautiful mommy.
Happy
she
birthday.
Turned 86. She is in West Palm, Florida. She just had her second knee replacement. This woman is the bionic woman. She had both shoulders replaced, both knees, both hips. I don't think there's anything left to replace. So happy birthday to my mom, and she'll be home, God willing, next month in June. I also want to say happy birthday to Ronan. That is, look how cute this kid is. Look at this. Aww. That was his cake. He smashed the cake. So Ronan is Raina Grone's grandson, and I was there yesterday in beautiful Babylon for his birthday, and we were under this tent with heaters, thank God, because it was so cold, and we're by the water. So happy first birthday, and the next picture, my Bat Boy peeps who were there. There's Ralph Bracco was there, and we have Nick Singh was there, who I'm hoping to have on the show soon, and our very own Larry Davis was there, and Carmine, who also helps Bobby out here, and I've worked with him a number of times. So that was my Saturday, actually. That's what I did Saturday. No, that was yesterday. I'm sorry, that was yesterday. I'm going to work backwards. So that was Sunday. And then I came here for limo talk with Graz and Bobby and Richie. Saturday, my friend Charlie called me up and he said, hey, there's a place in Lynbrook that does piano karaoke. Ooh. And I was like, oh, cool. He says, yeah, you get to sing with the piano. So it's at a place called Ground Central in Lynbrook, and they do it once a month on a Saturday early from 4 to 7. So we went there, and then we went next door to Taco Joe's, had dinner. I love impromptu stuff because you just have so much fun. And Friday night, I really just stayed home, chilled, and I was studying lines because I have a few roles coming up that I'm very, very excited about. All right, that's it. Oh, and Murdered by the Mob, just to let you know, go to murderedbythemob.com. We're doing 2 shows every month throughout August. So we're actually doing one this Saturday night on the 11th. If you're not doing anything, come on down to the Iron Bar and say hello. It's like going to an Italian wedding. Someone gets whacked and you got to figure it out. You eat, you sing, you dance, you drink. It's very interactive. I'm really excited because I have a friend who's here. And we've been wanting to do this for a while. But she's an actor, she's a director, she's a writer. Gerry's here. Yay. Gerry Glennon.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm excited you're here.
Me too.
Because we work together, which we're going to talk about a little later. But, you know, I've been having people on, you know, from the cast, and I'm glad this worked out.
Yeah,
so I want everyone to get to know you and your story. And you're not originally from the States.
No. I emigrated. I'm from Ireland.
Ireland. I want to get there one day. I really do.
Yeah, I'm from a town called Nina in County Tipperary. And I emigrated back in 83.
Uh-huh.
I came here for a year as an au pair.
Really?
Yeah, and stayed here for a year.
As an au pair?
Mm-hmm, an au pair.
Wow.
And lived here
You
on
were
Long
Mary
Island.
Poppins.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. flew in on the jet plane, and I lived here for a year and loved it and knew I would. As a kid, I always wanted to come to America. As a little girl, always. I remember.
But how did your family feel about that? About you leaving, and you came by yourself?
I came by myself. I graduated the equivalent of high school in June, and I was on a plane in October. But like I said, I knew at a very, very early age I wanted to come to America. I had cousins who lived here, and they'd come to Ireland to visit.
Okay.
And I was fascinated by everything America. I always wanted to act. So, do you remember the show Fame?
Oh, yeah.
That was my show. I'd watch that, and I'm like, that's the school I want to go to. Taxi, I wanted to go over the 59th Street Bridge. Everything about America I loved. So I remember telling my mother, I can still remember it, I would say 11-ish, saying, Mom, I'm going to go to America, and one day you'll see my name in lights. So they encouraged it. They knew this is what she wants to do, my mom and my dad. And
they were very supportive.
Very. And when it was time for me to come, it was hard to leave. I mean, I'm one of two, and I'm the oldest.
Oh, yeah.
And my daddy's girl, and it was time for me to go, and I knew, and they supported it. And
wow.
They literally gave me the wings to fly.
That's beautiful, because my parents weren't that supportive. I wanted to go to high school performing arts also, and they're like, you're not traveling to the city, what are you, crazy? And I was like, okay. But so obviously you stayed with family when you came over?
I stayed with family. That was for a year, and I went back, and then in '86 I came back, and that's when I was like, I came back to live here, to pursue my acting, to go to Fame if I could find it, which turned out to be HB Studios for me.
Yes, yes.
I found HB Studios, and I studied with the great William Hickey. And it's funny, Wings, I credit Bill, his class was every Friday night, and we'd go in on the train, and just living it. And I was living my dream.
But where were you actually living?
I was living in Queens.
Okay, you were living in Queens.
When I came back in '86, I came back from myself.
Okay.
And I was.
And you landed in Queens.
I landed in Queens and stayed in Queens, and I studied in HB with Bill, and he was an amazing teacher, amazing actor, amazing teacher, and we had a connection because he has Irish connections, and of course, being Irish, I reminded him of his relations.
Yeah.
We just became very good friends.
Yeah.
He became my mentor and my friend. I worked with him on an off-Broadway reading. Like, he got me in.
Wow.
And I met him one day, one of the first times after a few classes. I met him on the stairway in HB. I was going up to the office, and he was coming down, and he just went, Gerry, you're acting, you're as free as a bird. And I carry that with me to this day.
Yeah.
Like, he gave me that confidence.
Well, you are an amazing actor.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm blessed to have worked with you.
Well,
we had a very
likewise.
funny scene, which, like I said, we're going to talk about later. But you really lose yourself in your character, and you take us on a journey.
Oh, thank you.
You know.
Yeah. I love storytelling, and it's in my genes, being Irish, and I love to tell a story, and I love the backstory, and I love the process. We had so much fun leading up to the Graveyard Medium, like all our rehearsals, every time we had so much fun. Our scene, we had so much fun. We developed a backstory that only we knew,
right?
And that's what it's all about. And then you do all the homework, and then you just
release it,
let it go. You know, and no matter what character you get to play, whether it's an evil person, an old, there's a part of me in every character. And there has to be, right?
It's true.
I say, even if it's down,
you find it. You just
have
find
to.
it.
Even if it's down to just like I've played, someone who's really mean and nasty. Well, we have the same color eyes. Something
Just a
to
connection.
Connect.
Just a connection. And you also again, I think you told me this when we worked together. You pick one color. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I pick my character. Like, I'll know she will have a favorite color, and maybe a favorite song. And so I would wear something, or a piece of jewelry, like for Lady Cat. I had a very special sunflower that was very, very subtle.
Yeah.
And I knew I had it on me, and I didn't know if it'd show up in the camera, but it meant something to my character.
Yeah.
And her favorite color was yellow.
Right. Which you wore a yellow dress.
And I wore the yellow dress.
Beautiful.
And so I always pick something personable for my character. Yeah. But color especially.
Yeah.
She likes this color.
So you studied, and then you did a number of plays at Manhattan Repertory Theater.
Yes.
And you've actually written a few plays that you performed as well. So let's talk about which one? Because I have two here. Which one was the first one you wrote?
The first one, it's so funny because and Manhattan Repertory Theatre is amazing, and I'm so grateful to have.
Well, there's nothing like live theater.
No, there's
You know?
not, and it was great to be a part of that. And I did a lot of plays with there, and there was one in particular that I was like, I wasn't feeling it. To be honest with you, I knew I met her. I had a connection with her, but I wasn't feeling it. But I made the commitment, and I did it.
Yeah.
But it was then I realized, wait a minute, I have stories I can tell. So I wrote this story called Forget Me Not.
Forget Me Not.
And it was about a mother and son, and the relationship between the
And
bond.
you have a son.
And I have a son, Jack.
do.
I have three
Now
sons.
you wrote it, you
I wrote
performed
it,
in it, and you directed it.
Yes, I did all three.
Wow.
And I wrote it with my friend Joseph Anthony Smith in mind. I knew Joe. I'd worked with Joe before at the Stage Theatre in Merrick. We'd done Dancing at Nassau, which is one of my favorite plays. And he was Tinker and I was Kate, and me and Joe just connected. So when I wrote Forget Me Not about mother and son, I had Joe in mind, and thank God he was able to do it. It was a short. It started out as a short. We
Okay.
entered it into a competition. We won.
Nice.
Me and Joe put our heart and soul into it. So over the pandemic, we both together. We developed into a full length. Yeah. So I'm trying to shop that around.
Okay.
I really want to tell the rest of the story, and so does Joe. So we're
that's
working on that.
great.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to write that?
Forget the short was, I want to say a few days, but I kind of knew like it was the bond between a mother and a son, but the mother had Alzheimer's. But the bond is so strong that the son they could connect.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of it. Very beautifully done. Like when Jack would talk, I was in that mode, and then
kind of your own world.
my own world. But I knew what he was saying, and then when I spoke, I came out of my world. But he was in freeze mode, so the audience could.
Right. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm extremely proud of this one, and so that the short took me a few days because I knew exactly again the story, the beginning,
So
the
when you
middle,
say
and the
short,
end.
how short?
It was about 10, 12 pages.
Okay.
And then me and Joe, over the pandemic, we developed it for weeks on Zoom, obviously.
Yeah.
And we have a full length.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask you, what you did over the pandemic, but you're answering it now.
That
so.
and my poetry. That's when I started poetry as well.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're just saying, we were like, I need to perform.
I know, and as an artist, it's like you want to do something.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
It was horrible.
You know,
It
not
was
being
just
able to
horrible.
go out there. So I started writing poetry, and I started putting it up on Facebook, and I
Yeah.
started doing skits,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. All right, listen, we're going to take my first break. But don't go away. More with Gerry when we come back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Ttime on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm going to give some shout outs, people who are watching. So shout out to Greg DiFilippo watching in Florida. Hello, my friend. And Anne and Bruno and Carmel and Maria is watching. We're going to talk about you too, girl. So I'm with Gerry Glennon, and she's an actor, a director, a writer. And before the break, we were talking about how she immigrated here from Ireland and stayed a year, then went back and came back permanently and studied at HB Studios. And she wrote and directed and performed a beautiful play between mother and son called Forget Me Not, which is now she's going to make into a feature.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully, hey girl, we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Then you also did My Moment.
Okay.
Which is a one-woman show that you also wrote and starred in. Tell me about that.
Okay, I had to get, my moment is...
I love the title.
Yeah, me too, right? My moment is literally about this woman who is struggling, broken marriage, trying to get her
well, we've all been there.
Right. Trying to get her life back into some kind of order.
Right.
And it's a short.
Okay.
And it starts with the woman, me, in the bathroom, sobbing and like trying to hold it in, and she literally looks in the mirror and goes, "How did I get here?" And then a knock comes on.
Haven't we all asked ourselves that
a knock
question?
comes at the door, and it's her son saying, "Mom, I need batteries," and you have to pull it together. So it's about a woman struggling, but being strong. You know that saying, you don't know how strong you are till you have to be.
Yeah.
And it's all about her struggles, but she reflects back on how she got here, her relationship, how it ended, what emotionally, how it's, really messed her up. But so I did that again at Manhattan Rep. Thank you, at Manhattan Rep. And I got a lot of great feedback. But ironically, one or two nights, I performed it like over, I think, 2 weekends. And like I said, and I'm curled up in a ball on stage, very minimal setting, just me. And I say, like, what I want. Like, I'm here now, but this is where I want to be. I want to be out of this rut.
Right.
I want my moment. I want my moment.
Yeah.
And my moment would be someone hold my hand. Someone take care,
Yeah.
So, ironically, once or twice, men came up to me and said, "I know exactly what that feels like." And I'm like, so you don't know. That's the beauty of it. You're telling a story, but you don't know how. And I was like, "Oh, wow, thank you for telling me." He goes, "I've been in that situation." And another man told me, "My wife, you're talking about my wife."
Wow.
Yeah, so you're like, whoa.
I think we've all been there in that moment, though.
Well, yeah, one way or the other, where you're going, how did I get here?
Right, how did I get here?
And how do I get out of here?
And where am I going?
Yeah.
Where am I going to end up?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. You also did something called Past Perfect, which, am I correct?
Yes.
It was written by Rita Lewis, and you played Susie. Mm-hmm. So tell me about that.
Again, Manhattan Rep. That was a great piece. That was an amazing play. And we did it for a year. Every month.
That's a commitment.
Yeah. But it was, and again, it was about Susie and her girlfriend, her long-lost girlfriend, and she has a daughter, and the long-lost girlfriend shows up at her door after many, many years. And again, the connection between these two women, the push and pull, the daughter. It was a beautiful piece. I would have loved to do it even more. We did it for, like I said, a year-long run. I mean, every month. We do it every month.
Right.
And it was an amazing piece of theater, and it was beautifully written. Yeah.
So how, doing a character that long, how attached did you get to Susie?
Very, very. And Jen Pereira, who played my girlfriend, we became very, very close. And, and Erica, who played my daughter, we were just... But we were...
It's like a family.
It's like a family. And then in the dressing room, you get all, so excited to just go back out and tell it again, and then every night again, live theater every night, something different, again,
it's so true.
The audience will react to something in a different spot that they didn't last night, and it's
true. That's like when we do Murder by the Mob.
Yes,
it's fun and it's Yeah, you never know. You know, it's life. It's life.
Yeah.
So you
We
never
had a
know.
scene where me and Jen, the two characters, got high on pot, and this was the funnest thing to do because you just let go, you know, because the audience are watching you, so no matter what you do, they're already like, she's hot, you know. And
Right.
it's a-
They're in the moment with you.
they're in the moment with you, and you can right
You draw
when
them in.
when you feel that when you
Yeah.
feel that you're bringing them in.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, you just so every night that particular scene would change from like you know, we'd bring it high, we'd bring it low. It was,
Yeah.
But that was a great play. I love that play.
That's great. And then you've done a lot of short films.
Yeah.
Back in 2016. What and before I start reading this, do you have any things that you've done as far as maybe commercials or any kind of background or
No.
extra work before you jumped into this?
No, I started just short film late. Like I love live theater.
It was 2016.
Yeah, 2016 was my
when you
first.
did
Immunity,
and
yeah.
it was a short, and you played Marta.
Yeah, and she was a capo in Auschwitz.
Yes, we have a picture of that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's go through some of the pics. I think that's that's your first headshot. Wow, look at that. That is your first headshot. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you take that in Ireland or did you take that when you were in New York?
That was here in New York, but that was me like fresh off, you know, when I first came over. That was
Oh my
the
God.
hair, the short. Yeah,
You haven't changed a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You swear to God.
Thank you.
Okay, and that was
This was another character. This is a funny story. This play was three characters, two women and a psychiatrist, and my characters believed that my husband was cheating on me with this other woman.
Oh.
Long story short,
Right.
the actress who played the other woman left the week before opening.
What?
And again, so my director, Dennis, said, Gerry, you can do this.
Wow.
So I had to play two characters.
Oh, I've done that. I did that in Bat Boy.
Yeah. So again, I was like, okay, I had to make a connection. So I believed I was schizophrenic.
Right.
So when I
right,
went to him
right.
as the real pristine, you know,
Right.
and I'm like, he's cheating on me by this woman. And then I came in as the woman so I was like, you know, and I'd be like, the hat came off. So it was great, but it was like live theater. I'm like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a week before opening, he's like,
Yeah.
Gerry, you
Wow.
can't, instead of getting someone else, because I knew the
Yeah.
parts. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Okay.
but it is fun.
But
It's
it is.
challenging. It's very challenging, but it's very, very fun because I play two parts in Bat Boy. I play Ray's Puerto Rican aunt in the beginning where I find my son shot dead. It's very dramatic and traumatic, and then and then I come out as this ditzy blonde and I leave everyone laughing, which is great. And then one night he needed someone to play the woman that Ray's dad cheated on, and he's like, "You need to play the other woman," and I'm like, "What?" So I was like, "Okay," and then like you said, you get thrown in it.
get
and
thrown in.
You just go with it.
yeah.
You just go with it.
I did years ago, real quick. I did I was part of 13th Repertory.
Yeah.
Rep.
Yeah.
And I was in the children's show every Saturday. My all-time favorite actor is Gabriel Byrne. You know him?
Oh, I love him. Love him.
Met him on the street.
Unusual Suspects.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh my God, I love him. I love him. Like he used to be in a soap in Ireland when I was a kid. Like I grew up.
Okay.
So, real long story short, I met him on the street, and he had a son, Jack, likewise, and he was bringing Jack to see the children's show on Saturday.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I called my mother because I'm like, Mom, guess who's coming to see? You know, Gabriel Byrne. So he was in the audience. I used to play the Scarecrow. It was a Scarecrow who was throwing a birthday party for the pig. The kids would bring a lot of improv. That morning, they're like, Gerry, the fox isn't here. You have to do Celia as the fox and do the fox's part.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it was improv, but I'm like, Gabriel Byrne, that's right. So my goal was to get his son up to him. You know,
Okay. And you did.
yeah.
Of course you did. That's
So, but like
awesome.
stepping into another role is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's exciting. It's
It
exciting.
is.
yeah.
And then what's the next picture? We
Let's
have
see.
of you.
Oh, this is Enchanted April, and this is Rose. And again, we did this with Bare Bones Theatre in Northport a couple of years back,
Nice.
and I loved her. And again, another great production and another great character.
Ah, I
and
love
she
it.
evolved. She was like
And
the
then
caterpillar
you
who turned
played
into
a
the
nun,
butterfly.
which
So-
you know, that looks like sister.
That was Reverend Mother in Nonsense. And
Oh,
again,
nonsense.
this was
Yeah.
at Merrick Theatre, the stage. It was called the stage.
Nice. Yes, the stage.
But again, last minute they called me and they're like, "Sure, we need the mother."
Wow.
But she had a solo. And I'm like, sure, I'll do it for you. But I can sing, but I'm like, I don't go for music.
Well, I had to ask you before the
Right.
show, do you
I
sing?
can sing, but I'm not
we do karaoke here, people, on Friday
Yeah, that's
nights.
fine. But this Reverend Mother has this beautiful. So again, I'm like, okay, let me connect with. I'm like, she thinks she's a great singer.
Right.
So I'd come out every night in the spotlight.
Right, as
and-
long as she thinks she's a
and
great
belt
singer.
it out.
Right.
And like, it worked, you know. But I was like, ah. But she was
Oh
fun
my
to
God,
play,
that's
and it was
great.
fun to wear the habit.
Yes.
'Cause you don't have to
wasn't
worry
it?
about,
I know you have
like-
to worry about your hair.
This is a character that my friend Mike Farrow, Mike, developed. Her name is Colleen, and I've worked with Mike continuously for a couple of years. We've 3 films together, and we're currently working on another one.
That's it. That's the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one, the nurse.
That's
the last one.
Nurse Ratched.
Oh, you did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
I
Nest.
loved her again at Murray Theatre.
What a great
And
character.
she, the beauty about this woman is I got booed every night at curtain call.
Isn't that great?
Every night. And I'm like, if I don't get booed, I didn't do it right.
Oh my God, I
And
love
people
it.
would come up to me afterwards and go, we're sorry we booed you. I'm like, no.
No,
It's a compliment.
That's what
Thank
you want.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's.
yeah.
I love that.
But I loved her.
Freaking
I
love
loved
that.
playing her.
Yeah.
And again, that play was lightning in a bottle. The cast, we did it at Murray Theatre. Again,
Yeah.
back in, that would be 2015 as well. Like, that's a long time
Wow.
back. Actually, 10 years ago, we had our 10-year, like, on Facebook, 10 years ago.
Yeah. Wow. That's great. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. You know what else? We got to take my next break. All right, don't go away because there's so much more. We're going to talk about all her shorts, the film that we worked on together. So we'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Hi, I'm Georgia Rose, founder of Zenkuda. You can watch me on the Soul Space podcast every Friday at noon on Channel 20 for spiritual guidance. And as you all know, that is how I first opened into my own psychic gifts, was through the angelic realm, astrology. So we've got Mars and the Sun together in Scorpio, which creates a lot of combustion. In the astrological world, we call that a kazemi, and tarot. When the Four of Cups right side up, it means we have a lot of choices to make, and we're not looking at what's really being divinely given to us. We're too busy in the busyness of the choices to really see the divine intervention and the divine timing and the divine guidance. We're the place. Watch the Soul Space podcast.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me. My good friend Gerry Glennon is here. She's a writer, a director, and an actor, and we work together, and I'm just so excited that she's finally doing this. Shout out to Sherry who's watching, and I also wanted to say rescuing families. That's Gina in the Dove commercial, and unfortunately they won't let her mention her organization, but Gina and her husband Vinny run Rescuing Families, which is a nonprofit organization which renovates homes for people with disabilities.
Oh, wow.
They are beautiful people, and they both have people on both sides of the family with disabilities, and they started Rescuing Families years ago, and they do a big yard sale which is coming up, which I'll promote, and I'll let you know what day that is, and they do bingo, and they do all these fundraisers for this great cause. So when you get a chance, look them up. They're beautiful people. I love them dearly. So Gerry, you can find on Facebook under Gerry Glennon McKeever.
Yeah.
On Facebook, and on Insta, which I had a hard time finding her, it's Gerry, it's Gerry 1296 on Insta. And also check out her website. She's got a beautiful website.
Thank you.
Which is jerryglennon.com. It's lovely.
Thank you.
It's great. So I also read on Facebook, you have a favorite saying called "Do what you love and love what you do."
Yes.
That's like your favorite saying.
It is.
And you'll always feel like you're never working like a day in your life,
Yeah.
and you know, you always have a smile on your face. We know what our happy place
place is,
you know, performing and doing
Yeah.
what we do. That's where we're happy and we shine. People, we
Yeah.
shine. And I have to say, are you okay if I tell them how old we're gonna be?
Yeah.
Okay, so we. Is it okay? I like whispered it, but did everyone hear me? I'm like, is it okay? Is it okay if I tell them how old we're gonna be?
Yeah, we were both born in 1964.
We're gonna be 60. Girl, we look damn good, don't we?
Yeah.
You're gonna be 60 next month.
Yeah.
June what?
Yeah, June 14th.
June 14th. Oh, girl, we're doing something for our 60th together.
Yeah, definitely. When I turned 50, Lenny Kravitz is the same age as us, and his birthday is in June.
He looks good too.
He looks good too. But when he turned 50, he was on something. And he goes, 50 never looked so good, and I'm like, I am carrying that with me, and that was my whole thing.
Well, right now, I'm
So
gonna
60
be
never
60.
looked so good.
I'm going to be 60 September 6th. I'm a Virgo. Anyway, so what happened
Gemini.
was I was watching QVC because I have a problem.
Yeah, I know.
And QVC has this one show. It's called Over 50 and Fabulous.
Okay, I think I've heard of it.
Right, and it's geared towards women over 50. So they have these shirts, Over 50 and Fabulous. So my daughter makes T-shirts, and I said to her, I'm gonna order one of these shirts. I said, unless you want to make one for me. She goes, Ma, you're only going to be 50 for like another, 3-4 months? No. So she goes, I'm going to make one that says over 60. Well, because technically 60 in one day, whatever. Over 60 and sensational.
Oh,
So
I love that.
Okay.
That's
not
good.
sexy. She goes, no, sensational. And I'm like, all right, so we're going to get shirts
I'll order
made.
one. Get one for
We're
me.
going to go out in them.
Yeah.
So I just want to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
60 never looks so good.
I'm telling you, we are
That's
getting
it.
better as we get older, woman. I swear to God. I look at my picture when I was like 40, and I'm like, wow, I think we're both aging beautifully.
Yeah. But also with
But
that.
mentally, we're 25.
Mentally, we're definitely 25.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
I loved being 27 for whatever reason. 27 was my age. I love 27. So 25, 27, we'll stay there.
So yes, we have big birthdays coming up. I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that. So getting back to you. I was like, we have to mention that. And we're both in blue tonight.
Yeah, our
And my
color.
set is blue. Everything's blue.
blue.
So anyway, so let's get back to your short films that you were in. Okay, so 2016 you did Immunity, which was a short. You played Martha.
I played
and
Martha.
Then, we were showing you pics.
I
which
got
are
the
great.
hair chopped.
Yes,
completely.
chopped
Yeah.
off. And I thought I had that. Well, whatever, we did. 2017 you did Bloom, which was a short. You played Miss Prescott.
Yes, Bloom was my friend Mary Beth, who lives directly across the street from me. Her son was studying cinematography in Hofstra.
Okay.
And it was one of a short film. And I'm driving home, and Mary Beth's like, Gerry, can I help him with a short? And I did, and then when he did Bloom, he invited me on as the teacher, and I loved it. Yeah, so that was, and it was a great.
I saw that picture. You're at the chalkboard.
Yeah, at the chalkboard.
Yeah.
And that was right after Immunity, so you see my hair.
Yes.
It was really, really short because I had to. My hair was chopped to pieces.
You're brave because when they were doing Maisel, I kept putting in for it, but they kept saying, be prepared to get your hair cut.
Yeah.
They wanted your hair above your shoulders in a certain way for the period, and I'm going, no, I don't want to cut my hair. And my girlfriend, Danielle, shout out to Danielle, I'm hoping to have her on the show. She was actually in season 2, episode 1, and she played the mobster's wife. Now, she didn't have any lines, but she was a featured extra. She was in that entire scene the whole time, going back and forth from the husband to the kitchen sink and whatever. She pinned her own hair up.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
And I was like, you see, you don't have to chop it off. But in your case, I know you needed a certain look.
And I mean, they literally, because I was, in the concentration camp. So when it grew out, that's why to do something, I went to my hairdresser.
Yeah, and you're like,
and so
help me.
The blonde came into place just to, because it was.
Yeah, no, I know. You kind of.
But hair grows. It grows.
No, thank God.
Yeah. a hat for a few months.
2018, you did Staying Ahead, which was a short, and you played Paige Flannery?
Yes,
Flannery.
yes, that was a great one too. With Lee Kowinski wrote it, and it was a great cast. And again, a wife who her husband was a gambler, and he gambled.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can relate to that.
and yeah, so we filmed that in 2 days. My scene was in a day, and it was great.
Awesome.
A great piece.
2020, okay. This I wish I got to see.
Which?
Switch.
Okay.
Okay. You played Roxanne.
Yes.
You wrote it.
Yes.
And you directed it.
Yes.
And with Jennifer Piero.
Yeah, from Manhattan Rep. Yeah.
And that was under the Girlfriend Style Productions.
We formed a
So
Girlfriend Style.
tell me about that.
Okay, so Switch again was about two women. And again, you'll see the common theme. This one, Roxanne was struggling, and again, broken marriage, what have you, and was going to her therapist. But this particular day, she went to turn on the bathroom light switch, and the electricity was cut off. So she knew in that moment she had to make a switch. So there's a
Okay.
double.
Wow.
So me
I
and
love
Jen,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So me and Jen wrote it together, and it's like this, because you know when you're making your own movie, location is important,
Lighting,
lighting,
sound.
So I knew I wanted it to be
A certain look.
and very tight, like this.
Tight, boxy. Yeah.
And but me and Jen wrote it, and again, a piece I'm very, very proud of. And ironically, Dan, who you mentioned, Bloom. Who,
Yes.
So it shows you that.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to work with Dan. Dan had since graduated from Hofstra.
Wow.
And I knew
See,
I could.
It comes full circle.
Comes full circle. So I contacted Dan,
Yeah.
and he said yes, and he and Jeff came on scene, and it was the four of us, and we did it in, I think we did it in 2 days, and it was beautiful.
It had a beautiful It had a few beautiful write-ups.
Yes.
By some critics.
Yeah, very proud of it.
yeah.
Very, very proud of it.
That's great. Do you ever think you're gonna maybe resurrect it? Bring it
We
back?
we talked about we have an idea for the two characters, because when Roxanne comes to say, I can't come anymore, I can't afford it, this is my last session, I'm coming to tell you, and she's
Right.
like, we've talked about this, you need to make a change, and I'm like, I know, but right now,
Right.
And so we talked about how we would see the characters a couple of years from now, like, did Roxanne make a switch?
I like that.
Stuff like that. So we have talked about it, and
That's
we'd love
very
to.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. And then, here we go, Maria Philippone. We did The Graveyard Medium together.
Yes.
Written and directed by Maria. And we have a pic of the poster. There's the poster, Graveyard
I
Medium.
love that poster, right?
I love it too.
I do. I love that poster.
And then the next pic is actually
There we are.
you and I. I don't look too happy with you. And I played Jean, and you played Lady Cat.
Lady Cat.
And I am not happy with you. at
No,
all.
no, not at all.
It's a great scene. I should have showed. During my last commercial break, I think I might send Bobby the video, the clip of our scene, because we really should show it.
We could reenact
We
it
really
right here.
should show it. We really should. But Graveyard Medium was a beautiful short written by Maria, and Maria said to me, I want you to play this character, Jean, and we need, she knows that I do stand up. Maria's come to see me do stand up, and she wanted me as the comic relief in the film. And it was a great cast.
It was a great
And we had
cast.
so much fun. Like you said, we had rehearsals at Frank Vaiola's house. Shout out to Frank and Michael and just everyone involved.
Everybody
Was
involved.
just beautiful.
Lisa.
It was just everyone was just so beautiful. And we filmed that on Long Island, and we had a great time doing it.
Yeah.
We really did.
Yeah. And I remember me and Maria scouted out the graveyard.
Yes.
And it's like you think, I'm going to film in a graveyard. And we scouted out the graveyard. We scouted out where Lady Cat would sit. And
Right.
we looked for
Yeah.
certain, we really did research, me and Maria, for the location. And, when we filmed in the graveyard, there was such a sense of calm.
Yes. Yeah. Peace. Very peaceful. Very peaceful.
And what I love is
until the landscapers.
Yeah, yeah,
we heard
and the bells
landscapers
chime
in the background.
But-
we're like, oh my gosh.
Where we placed, I do this beautiful, that Maria wrote, beautiful monologue. Oh my
Yeah,
God, I
yeah.
love it. And I'm talking about my husband, Joe.
Yeah.
And in the film, me and Maria didn't notice till we watched it on screen. Behind me, there's a gravestone with Joseph.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we were,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't pick that up.
no, we didn't either. We didn't see it till we saw it on screen, and we're like, oh.
Well, speaking on screen, we actually showed that at NILIF, and we have a pic of you and I.
You and I, yep.
At NILIF. I don't know. Bobby, you back there? Hello? We got a pic of you and I at NILIF. There we are. Yay!
Yeah.
That's Gerry Ferretti's, and
That was awesome.
you were nominated.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
For Best Actress.
Yeah.
And I always remember if the cast was nominated too for Best Ensemble. I don't remember what we were nominated.
we
But
might
I know
have
you were
been.
nominated. We were very, very excited. But you actually have won in the past Best Actress. So tell me about that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, like I said, the character earlier, Colleen, who developed into the Ma,
Right.
was with Mike Farraher. I've worked with Mike. I've collaborated with Mike for years.
Right.
And we've done McLean Avenue. We've done Love Letters. We've done Last Temptation of Mary, and now we're working on the latest project. Is called Wake Up. But in
Okay.
McLean Avenue, I won. And
Yes.
Love Letters, I won. And
That's
for
awesome.
For Switch.
How exciting
Yeah.
is that, though?
And
It's
Mike,
so exciting.
Mike won a couple of awards for his writing and for
Oh, so you won for Switch for Roxanne?
I won for Switch
Oh, wow.
for Roxanne.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So so that was something that is great. And I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, Maria's put it into, I think, another film festival. So we might be
There's one
showing
coming up
it-
in May. There's one
in, I think it's June, isn't it?
There's one in May too.
Is there?
Yeah, it's coming up, Maria.
Okay. Oh, that's Katharina Michio's, I think, the Venus.
Yes,
one,
yes,
right?
yes,
Right,
yes.
right, right,
And,
okay.
and I think we're nominated as a
ensemble,
ensemble.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming up.
It is.
I'll post.
I think the
I'll post.
19th.
I
May.
know. I was
But yeah,
there- I was
it's
actually-
all. We'll have it up on Facebook.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Maria
So
has it up.
we'll be putting stuff up. And then 2023, you were in Designated, which was Designated the radio play.
That is the radio play
Yes.
that was performed at Comic-Con, again with Lee Kowalski.
Okay.
He wrote it, and Mark Toro, it's his comic book. And that was an experience. First of all, to do a radio play, it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's a lot of
But
fun.
it's very different.
Yeah, but it's so much fun. And we did it, we started at it at, we did it at the library here out in, here on Long Island. And then we got into Comic-Con in New York. And that was amazing.
Wow.
To be part of that.
Yeah.
It was
That's
really
fun.
fun. It was
I
really,
went there once. I was there once.
that was my first time.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah, I know. You're like in another world.
yeah, but it was, so
And
that's
people take it very seriously.
very.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's like,
I know, right? It's like, what?
yeah, okay.
All right, listen, we're going to take my last break, but you have to stay there because when we come back, we're going to watch a clip of Graveyard Medium.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so
Let's do it.
don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
If not, we'll reenact it.
I'm going to find it.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Hey everybody, it's Theresa from Ttime. What's my show about? I interview people in the entertainment industry, producers, directors, actors, and guess what? My show is on every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Channel 20 on Optimum TV. So tune in because it's fun, interesting, and exciting.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Doc, Who's your favorite Jimmy?
Teresa Farrell.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrell.
All right, Chuck. I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Sending it. Hey, we're back. I'm still looking for that video. I'm here with Gerry and Glennon, and here it is, messages. I'm sending it to Bobby right now, and hopefully this is going to go through and work. Now we cannot send. It's too big. It's 2 minutes. I don't know. We're gonna try to find it. We'll try to find it. I've showed it in the past. I forgot who was here. And it was
Maria?
Maria was probably here, and I showed it. All right. Anyway, it's somewhere. But anyway, I'm with my beautiful friend, and she's an actor and a writer and a director. And so you mentioned during COVID how you wrote poetry.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how many poems have you written, and what inspires you?
Okay, I have over 20.
Nice.
Yeah. Throughout the pandemic, throughout
Okay.
the 2 years. And inspiration hit me from a photograph to a thought I had. I call it, again, it's something that's back here.
Yeah.
That I really want to bring to here.
Okay.
As a performance piece.
Yes.
But poetry is like, I'm trying to, there's poems about grief, about loss, about love.
It's about life. It's all about life and what we go through.
Yes.
The crap that we face sometimes on a daily basis, and then the joys and the sorrows.
Yeah, and then but pandemic, and I also wrote about like the isolation. So that's where Poems in Isolation came from. So I have 20 poems.
Right.
Some of them are longer than others. Some of them are really short.
Okay.
I wrote one recently called Hope. I just put it up on Facebook. I put my poems up on Facebook, so if anybody knows my poems, they'll know, oh, that's what she's talking about. But I wrote one for my dad who passed near to me, and it just like, he's always near to me. I wrote one for my mom across the sea, waving across the sea.
Now, how often do you get back to your homeland?
Yeah, well, when my kids were smaller, every summer, I'm gone. Summer's here, I'm in Ireland. And it would be 2 weeks or 3, and 1 year I was lucky enough to get 5 weeks,
Wow.
But I always, 3 weeks is a nice length because you need that.
I mean, how long is that flight?
It's 5 hours.
That's not too
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then there's the time difference, but it doesn't matter. But it's fine. Yeah, it's not that.
Why? So I stand corrected. Maria wrote Graveyard Medium. I'm sorry, Maria. I'm announcing it. Graveyard Medium has been nominated at least 5 times.
Yes.
And we just won Best Indie Short.
That's right.
Okay, at the International Motion Picture. I can't read the rest. Sorry.
Sciences.
Film Festival. Okay, so there you go.
Thank you.
We won.
Yay!
Woo!
Yes, we did.
I'm very excited about it. It was a great experience. It really was.
Oh,
but,
it was.
But getting back to
I love that story.
I know, but
I
your
love that
poetry.
story.
So about 20 poems.
20 poems, all different, but all like a common thread.
They're very personal.
Very, very. And sometimes, like you said,
because there are a couple that you've posted, and I've read.
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
And again,
they're very profound.
Thank you. And again, I get a lot of lovely comments back, or people identify. I mean, everybody knows what it's like to lose someone. One way or the other.
Well, that's the whole thing about Graveyard Medium. It's not made to be. I mean, it's about people who go to the cemetery to visit their loved ones, and Kat plays a psychic medium, and you're trying to connect with your husband, and instead you're connecting with
for everybody else,
which is frustrating to you, but everyone can relate. Like I said, everyone goes to a cemetery, especially around birthdays and holidays, and they want to
connect.
Connect. I mean, listen. I was very close to my mother's mother, my grandmother. I talk to her every day, and I have a best friend, Betsy Blank, who passed away at 55, and I talk to them on a daily basis. I go visit on birthdays and special times. So yes, it is something that everyone can relate to.
I always say that the signs, if you're open to it.
Yes.
And I'm not here to tell anyone to be, but if you're open to it, the signs are there.
Absolutely.
I feel my dad with me all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I know he's with me.
Yeah.
And that's near to me is what that's about.
Betsy, I feel my grandmother not so much. Every
and
now
you'll get
then,
a little
but
sign.
Betsy,
You'll get a little.
Whether it's a song,
a feather,
or just
mine is the
something.
cardinal. I know,
and you have that up on your Facebook page as your.
Yeah. When I came back after my dad's funeral, I was upstairs in my room, and again, I had a sunroom.
Yeah.
And I was called down to the sunroom, and there was a car. I had an old branches of trees that
Yeah.
I brought in for a birthday party, Alice Wonder theme birthday party
Yeah, yeah,
years
yeah,
ago, and
yeah.
I kept it.
Yeah.
And here's this cardinal on the branch of the tree in my sunroom. And how it got into my sunroom, the door must have been cracked.
Wow.
And I knew it was
Yeah.
my dad saying,
Yeah.
I'm here with you,
Yeah.
and you're okay. And it was
Yeah.
just a few weeks after he
Yeah.
passed. So that's when the cardinals, and then I see them all the time.
Yeah,
all
I
the
do.
time.
For me, it's just it could be a song. It could be anything from
Yeah.
Betsy, but it's constant. It's
Yeah.
just constant. And she was very, very supportive with
Yeah.
me going into
that's-
art.
yeah.
She and my girlfriend Grace Guidotti Matrenga actually are the ones that got me into stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
They gave me a birthday card for my 30th birthday. I don't know how old I was back then. And it said your birthday fantasy. So I'm thinking a night with Antonio Sabato Jr.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
And instead it was these comedy classes at the Learning Annex in the city.
Oh.
And after 3 or 4 weeks, you had to perform 5 minutes
That
at
is
Stand Up New York.
so
And I'm like,
cool.
I'm not doing this. They're like, we paid for it. You're going to do it. And I was like, all right.
love
Because they're like,
that.
you're funny. I'm like, yeah, I'm funny around my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm not funny doing like
But what a gift.
stand up.
What a gift.
I know, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, but-
it was the kick. It was the kick.
That-
the,
now-
the kick that I needed.
Oh, here-
hey,
oh.
we've got the graveyard medium.
Yes.
We're gonna what? All right,
Oh,
he's
okay.
gonna tell me when. All right, good, because we have 5 minutes left and it's 2 minutes. So he's gonna tell me when. But
Oh, here we go.
Are you playing it? Oh, he's gonna give us 1 more second. All right, so listen, we're gonna play Alcine from. All right, you let me know. Okay, he's gonna let me know.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm so excited. You people are gonna watch Alcine together because it's so funny. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby Lacerra is the best here at Paradise Studios. Come on down on a Friday night. We do an open mic here. Okay, you could get up. You could do a monologue.
All right, let's do
We've
it.
had an author come and read a chapter from his book.
Oh, that's so cool.
I've done improv here
right,
with
Friday
my
nights.
88-year-old neighbor. Two women, two old
Yeah,
ladies
yeah.
on the stage talking about how she's getting laid during COVID and I'm not. It was hysterical, people.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was so
Every
much fun.
Friday night?
Every Friday night, open mic, and then we
What
do
time?
karaoke. 7 o'clock, right, Bobby?
All right.
Doors open 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock karaoke. We have some. You got to come.
Okay.
All right, so listen, people. Here we are. 2 minutes. Graveyard medium. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Oh, that's so cool.
Priscilla. That's her name.
Yeah, that's impossible. I mean, how could you even know that?
I didn't, but your wife told me.
We all miss someone.
Oh, no, not again.
Whoa. That never happened to me before. She just jumped into my body, then out.
That was my Haley. Bring her back.
I'm happy that I can connect for people. But you're the one I want to connect with.
We're turning 60. I can't remember anything now. What were we talking
You were talking about the
before that?
karaoke night. and the
Oh,
open
karaoke
mic.
night here at beautiful Paradise Studios.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, we have 2 minutes left. This goes so
Aw,
fast. I have so much fun.
unbelievable.
And she bought me beautiful. She bought me, oh my God, wait, don't move, don't go away. Look, I'm gonna get up, people. Wait, I've never gotten up from the seat before. Hold on. I'm moving. I'm grooving. Look, she brought me beautiful, beautiful purple roses. I should leave them here. All right, so listen, again, Gerry, Gerry, okay? Glennon, Glennon. There's her name at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. Find her on Facebook. Find her on Instagram as Gerry1296. Go to her website, gerryglennon.com. And as she would say, do what you
Love and love what you do.
Now, in the last minute and a half, do you have anything that's coming up? I mean, other than the short that you want to try to turn into a feature, is there anything else that you're working on?
Like I said, I'm working with Mike Farher on the short. We're right now in rehearsals.
Good. And also want to thank you for being an educational teacher.
Thank you.
Because when she's not acting, she's teaching.
Yes, I
at
am.
a nursery
School. Yes, I teach at United.
Want to give a shout out to the school?
Belmore United Methodist Nursery School. I teach pre-K and the nursery 3-year-old program.
So
they're the best. They're the best. And
That's
again, I
great.
get to act every day.
They're not that fresh at that age.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what I'm
amazing.
saying?
They're amazing. I
That's
love
sweet.
my
But
little
thank
ones.
you for teaching our children.
Thank
because,
you. My
need
pleasure.
A lot of patience and teachers are so underrated.
Yeah, but as I say, I learn as much from them as they do from me.
I'm sure.
And we have so much fun.
I'm sure.
So shout out to my little ones.
Well, thank you again for doing this.
Theresa, it was
you come back anytime you want, girl. And we're going to be celebrating our birthdays together.
Yes, we should do a birthday special.
We are. Yes, September. She's going to come back.
I'll come back.
All right, so listen, thank you everyone for watching Tea
Thank
Time.
you.
Bobby Lacera is the freaking best. I said it here. I'm saying it loud. I'm saying it proud. Come down to Paradise Studios on a Friday night. Just come, hang, say hello. Thank you everyone for watching Tea Time, supporting me. I appreciate it. Remember, tell everyone you love them.
Yes.
And I'll see you next week. Ciao, everybody.